everybody, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to finally be showing my SHINee collection. So this is technically part 2 of my K-pop collection, showing everything I have. Last month I did everything but SHINee, so like I said, today I will be doing SHINee. And then down below in the description I'm going to put the time where I actually start showing the collection, because I want to start off first by letting you guys know how I'm collecting the group, just my plans in the future, things like that. So, like I said before, SHINee is my #1 group. I love them a whole lot. I've just fallen in love with how they continually do new sounds, but they make it their own and it has their unique sound and style. I think that's amazing and kind of hard to do with certain groups. Jung Hyun is my ultimate bias. I think he forever will be my bias in SHINee and just in all of K-pop, but he is definitely a very close second. I do love all the members though. They all have their unique voices that just blend together when they harmonize so well. So for SHINee, I have 2 goals with them. I have what I call a short-term goal and then a long-term goal. Now my short-term goal is to collect at least one version of all of their releases, both Korean and Japanese. I'm not going to collect Taiwanese versions just because they're not really different from the Korean releases, and those can get like expensive, and I just don't really want to personally. I think I don't need to. So for my short-term goal, I'm actually really close to completing it. With my Korean releases, I'm missing maybe like 5 or under 5, and then for my Japanese releases I'm only missing 2. So short-term goal #1 is almost over, which is very exciting. And then my second goal, which is my long-term goal, is to own all versions of all their releases, both Korean and Japanese. Like I said, the exception being Taiwanese stuff. There are some exceptions with collecting all the versions, and when I get to that certain album that has the exception, I will kind of go into more detail about what I'm not including and why I'm not including it. So yes, all the group stuff, all the live albums, all the solo stuff, the one subunit they did. When it comes to things like SM the Ballad and OSTs they might be on, at the moment I'm not kind of prioritizing that. Personally, I don't feel like I need them to have a complete collection. When I have all of the base group stuff down, I may go back and collect those, but right now they're not a very high priority. For DVDs, the Korean DVDs are a little bit higher priority than the Japanese ones. But still, I think with that, the DVDs are kind of secondary under the albums. I would really like to work more on the albums before I start getting the DVDs because they are expensive. So it'd be like Korean DVDs, and then under that I would start working on Japanese DVDs, and those I probably will use on buy proxy sites. For the Japanese stuff, that's what I try to do with older releases. I go to the Yahoo Japanese auctions and I try to get them there, because getting them used is a lot cheaper than even on the normal eBay. And even though the shipping does get quite pricey, if you buy enough stuff in bulk, I've discovered, and it's for cheaper prices, the shipping price kind of evens it out and you're still getting a really good deal. After their DVDs, I am kind of thinking about getting photo books. Like some other things, it isn't a very high priority for me. It's just kind of, if I see them for a good price, I will get on them. But for now, they're just kind of like below. Once I get everything done, then I'll start thinking about it. But when it comes to things SHINee is releasing from here on out, everything is going to be pre-ordered. So whether it's a DVD, more CDs, more photo books, I will pre-order that. The only thing I will say right now that I don't have, and I do not plan on getting at the moment, is Taemin's Offset concert DVD. As much as I really would like that, especially because SM finally included English subtitles, it's in a Kino. And I hate Kino formats. I don't like it. And the fact that the concert is only in Kino, like no DVD, no other options, irritates me, but that's a rant for another time. So maybe in the way future, once everything I have is considered complete, I may think about it, but I'm just kind of trying to avoid it for the moment. So below I'm also going to link my spreadsheet, and on it is a list of everything I still need to get, so that way you guys can kind of see everything I'm still aiming to get, as well as the site GeneraAsia. I hope I said that right. That site has been so good to me and so useful, especially when it comes to their Japanese stuff, deciding or picking what versions are out there, what I need to get. what they do is you can go onto their wiki and they have like every artist, Japanese, Korean, whatnot, and they have their discography listed. And you can go on the discography, you can click the specific album, and on the side they'll show you like what the album covers are supposed to look like for each version. So if there's 3 or more or 2 or more, you can see which each one looks like. And if the covers are very similar, on the in the main text they will also describe like, oh, this version has this and this, and this version has this. And that has been so useful to me in collecting everything, especially in regards to their Japanese stuff. So without further ado, I'm just gonna get started. I'm gonna start with their Korean discography, going from their group stuff, then moving on to solo, subunit, things like that, and then I'll jump into the Japanese releases. So starting up, I have their first mini album, Replay, which is still one of my favorite debut songs of all of K-pop. It still sounds amazing today. I have the SHINee World. This is the green version. For a while, this version was actually out of print and hard to find, and I don't know what started it, but they recently started to restock it, so I was lucky enough to get this one. There's a white version as well I need to get. I have their first album, Amigo, and then this is the Japanese edition of Amigo, so all of the songs in here are in Korean. This is the Korean version. It's just an edition or a release that was done in Japan, and this is the CD DVD version. I have their Romeo album, and this is Onu's cover. So this album comes with individual covers, or at least backgrounds, of each member, and these are kind of hard to find. This and Sherlock are the ones I'm kind of like about, because I know they're going to be more difficult. I did find Jung Hyun's though on eBay for a decent price, so I have that ordered. It's not here right now, but I do have that one as well. And then like Amigo, I have the Japanese release of Romeo, and this is also the CD DVD version. Their 2009 Year of Us, as well as the Japanese version, the CD DVD edition. I have Lucifer. I have both versions of Lucifer. That one. And then this version. I have the repackage of that, Hello, which Hello is actually the first SHINee song I ever heard, so it has a special place in my heart. And actually this album too was released on my birthday, so I feel like it's fate or something. And then I have their Sherlock releases, and this is Taemin's version. This is another series that getting every member is going to be kind of stressful and may take a while. And then I have Onu's cover. And then just like Romeo, I did find Jung Hyun's version for a very good price, and so that is also on the way. So now I'm only missing Minho and Key, which is very awesome. For the Misconception series, I have the Misconceptions of You, Dream Girl. Not only was this the first SHINee album I ever bought, but this was the very first K-pop album I ever bought that started my whole collection. I have the Misconceptions of Me, Why So Serious. I have their next mini album, Everybody. And actually there's like this cover, and that's the cover underneath it. Then jumping into their dreaded jewel case era, I guess you would say, I have Odd, the creepy clown version, as I like to call it. And the other version, the not creepy clown version, I like that picture a lot. I have the repackaged Married to the Music, which I think Married to the Music is probably one of my favorite songs of theirs. It's so good. I have their One of One album, and this is the red version. I just recently found out that apparently there's multiple versions of this, and it's all by the color here. There is a green and a yellow, I think, are the 2 other versions. And I haven't decided if I really want to collect it just for the different colors. I probably will end up doing that, but right now it's not a high priority because it's just a color. It's just a color. I have the limited cassette version of that album, which is amazing. Oh, I love it so much. And then I have the repackage, One and One. Finally past the stupid jewel case packaging. I have their Story of Light series. This is EP or episode 1. I have EP episode 2. And I have the EP or episode 3. And then they just announced they're doing a repackage of all these songs in a new song, and it's called Epilogue. And I do have that pre-ordered as well. For their live albums, I have SHINee World, their first one. And probably what is, I think, one of my most cherished SHINee albums I own is SHINee World 4, this monstrosity. In a good way, it's just huge. When this came out, I did not buy it, so this is out of print. It is very hard to find, and I somehow found this on a proxy site for a very good price, so this is just my pride and joy because the photo book is so beautiful. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to their solo and subunit stuff. I have Two Hearts, their first mini album. This was the Key and Woo Hyun from Infinite, and I really do wish they would do another release because this song was really good. For Taemin, please do not judge me. My Taemin collection is very, very bad. I need to work on it like really, really badly. I only have one of his albums, and that's Move. This is the Mood version. I feel so bad that this is the only album I have. So with Taemin, none of his albums are really hard to find except for, I believe, his Ace album. There's a white and black version, and I think the black version is kind of more difficult to get. And then his press it came with 4 different versions, and the version where it looks like he's almost kissing himself, I think that one's hard to find too, but I will cross that bridge when I get to it. Now we're going to move on to Jung Hyun, which this is, I guess, my next kind of pride and joy collection. I have his complete discography, and I'm so happy about that. I have Base. This is the Rose Wine. I believe that's the name, instead of White, the Rose Wine version, as well as the green version. I have his Story OP1, which I think is probably my favorite album of his. I think this album is underappreciated. It is so beautiful and just relaxing and lovely to listen to it. I highly recommend this album. I have She Is. His Story OP2, this is the photo version, as well as the essay version. And then I have his last release, Poet Artist, which is also good. This probably is runner-up to Story OP1 as being my favorite album. It is very, very lovely. Their Korean DVDs, I only have one of their DVDs. For SHINee World, I need 1 through 4 basically, but I did get SHINee World 5 when it came out, and I made sure to pre-order that. I'm just waiting now for them to release this on the CD live version, which hopefully they do. And then for photo books, I do actually have 2 photo books. The first one is this. It's SHINee in Barcelona. Some little things there. This is Key, Onu, and Taemin. I originally got this because I did this giant haul on eBay. Someone was selling a bunch of SHINee stuff, and this was included. So I have this, as well as I have Jung Hyun's inspiration photo book, which I love so much. I'm so happy there's a photo book for this. I wish they would have released this on DVD. I don't know if they ever will now, but I'm happy to have at least this. It's a new day, and so we're going to move on to the Japanese stuff of SHINee that I own. And I put them in order kind of like I did with my Korean stuff, from their first down to their most recent release. But I did just like move stuff around, and I haven't potentially changed it back. So hopefully this is all in the right order. But anyway, I have their first single. This is Replay. This is the limited edition, so CD and DVD. Show you the little sides. I have Juliet. This is the regular version, as well as Limited B. I think Limited A comes with the big old play button, so get that eventually. This is Lucifer. This is the Limited A version. I have their first full-length Japanese album, The First. This is the special box edition. It comes, of course, with the CD, DVD, a calendar, and the play button, which I still haven't really gotten to work. Sad face. And this does have a bit of damage on the side, but I got this for a bargain, so I'm fine with that. For Sherlock, I have the limited edition CD, DVD with this cool lenticular cover. Back. And I have the regular version. I believe, though, this is the first press limited CD version. When I was looking online, this is the cover that they had for that one. So there's just the regular press of the CD that I need. For Dazzling Girl, I have the regular CD only version, the limited B version, and the beautiful limited A version, which I love this packaging so much. It is so pretty. The limited version of 1,000 Years. The regular edition of Fire, CD only. And the limited edition of Fire. Their next full-length album, this is Boys Meet You. This is the limited version. I have the single of the same name, which I always thought was kind of weird, but Boys Meet You, of course, the single. This is the regular CD version. And this is the limited CD DVD version. There is another limited CD DVD, but it's in a much bigger case than this jewel case. I have the regular version of Lucky Star. I love their styling in this era. It is so nice. And then I have the limited CD DVD version. And I just love the stars and the apple. It's so cute. Look at them. So cute. So cute. I'm your boy. I only have the limited B. I believe this is limited B. The other limited version is the all white cover, and they're in like the white sweaters. The regular CD only version of Your Number. I just realized I totally skipped over 321, but I have the single 321, the regular CD only version. And then once again, I don't remember if this is limited A or limited B, the CD DVD, but I have this version as well. Now some of the next singles that they do, that's when they started doing like fan club member specific versions, so those are going to be fun to collect. I have Sing Your Song, the limited CD DVD edition. And I have Keys Fan Club solo cover CD, and then the CD as well has his face on it. And then I have Jung Hyun's CD, or Fan Club CD version. And this is all, I have special wrap, so I'm not going to pull his CD out. For Kimi no Seirei, I have the CD DVD edition, the limited. I'm conflicted whether I want to get the CD only version, just because from what I can tell, like the cover and stuff, it's exactly the same. So that version I am a bit iffy on. But I do have Keys Fan Club version. The back. I really like their photos for this, the fan club. I think it looks really nice. And there's that, and then it has the little signature of his, which I like a lot. And I have Jung Hyun's fan club version with his, oh, that's upside down. There we go, with his CD. I'm really excited to get the other members because they look really nice in these photos. Winter Wonderland, I have the regular CD only version. As well as, you can probably guess, I have Keys Fan Club version with the CD. And of course, I got Jung Hyun's Fan Club version. He looks so good. Oh, I miss him so much. I have their 5 full-length album, or the full-length album 5. This is limited B version. This is one of the albums that I'm unsure if I want to get limited A, because from what I can tell at the moment, the only difference between this and limited A is the DVD quality. This is a DVD, the other one is the Blu-ray, so I'm not that concerned about getting limited A at the moment. There is a fan club version for this, not individual members, thank God, but like a group one. but that one is so hard to find. Even on proxy sites, when I pull it up, it's going for like $500. So I would love to get that version, but just I'm not gonna pay that much, so I might not get it, unfortunately. I have their Best From Now On compilation album. This is the limited A version. So this is the Blu-ray version. So kind of like with 5, limited B is DVD. So at the moment, I'm not that concerned about getting that version. But with this one, I did also get the regular version. This is the CD only edition. For group stuff, ending with their last release, Sunnyside single, I have the regular CD only version. I have the limited CD and DVD version. Can't speak. And then I got the fan club version. So like, here's I guess a tip for SHINee or any group. If they do fan club versions, find it, buy it as soon as it comes out, because it will go out of stock. It will be hard to find, it will be expensive, and your life will be miserable trying to get it. So yes. And for Taemin, his Japanese stuff, once again, my collection for him is so sad. I feel so awful. But I have his Flame of Love single. This is the fan club version. So I'm missing the Sayonara Hitori or something like that. I'm missing both the regular and limited version. And then I'm missing the regular and limited version of this that I will hopefully get soon. And for them, I only have one of their DVDs. Like I said before, they're not a high priority. Just from here on out, any DVDs that they do release that come out, as long as it's not in a Kino, I'm going to pre-order. So I did get the Best From Now On DVD. Well, no, this isn't the DVD. This is the Blu-ray. I think they did release the DVD version, but I'm not getting it because, once again, just really video quality. So beautiful. Oh my god, like, watch this if you haven't. It's like a must-watch, I feel like. So yes, oh, things fell. That is my entire SHINee Japanese discography at the moment. So I rearranged my SHINee collection just because it was like gross and out of control last time, and I'm still not exactly thrilled, at least with this shelf, the way I have everything put. It just, I really can't think of another way at the moment to display everything in a way that I can see everything and it looks good. So just for now, that's there. And then I did move these up here, so I have all the smaller stuff on this shelf. So yes, still a work in progress, but I am pretty happy with my collection. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions about my collection or how I collect that I may not have covered, anything like that, feel free to ask me in the comments.